Clan Pestilens. Perhaps the most ill-regarded of all clans is Clan Pestilens. They are known as the Plague Monks, for they are the disciples of disease and decay. Members of Clan Pestilens dedicate themselves with insane fervour to spreading pestilence and corruption in the name of the Skaven god, the Great Horned Rat. They now specialise in the creation of new diseases, with which come to torment the populace of the old world, some of which manage to mutate and swiftly rage beyond their meagre control. Even other Skaven are highly wary of the fanatics of Clan Pestilens. Centuries ago, a Skaven expedition ventured into the steaming jungles of Lustria, only to be decimated by virulent tropical diseases and the reptilian warriors that defended the land. The few survivors hid in the ruins of a temple they had discovered in the depths of the jungle. There, they unearthed ancient secrets which should have been left forever undisturbed. Perhaps it was because of the knowledge they chanced upon, or perhaps their destiny was decreed by the Horned Rat, but these Skaven mysteriously began to revere the very diseases that were slowly killing them. A strange new breed of Skaven was born, the Plague Monks of Clan Pestilens. Constantly plague-ridden, they were capable of withstanding their diseases as long as they remained devoted to their festering god. Their monomaniacal zeal and devotion makes Clan Pestilens the most single-minded of all Skaven clans. They are different, counted strange by all other Ratmen. This absolute belief in their own righteousness has caused untold friction amongst warlord and greater clans alike. Recognised as a high power, Clan Pestilens has a very good seat amongst the Lords of Decay, having risen from the 7th to the 10th position. It is no secret, however, that many scheme to have the diseased ones destroyed. It has been this way since Clan Pestilens' rise to power, when they nearly overthrew the council. After the clan's workers and captive labour are taken into account, the majority of Clan Pestilens' military strength lies in its Plague Monks. The Plague Monks are religious zealots dedicated to the worship of the Horned Rat. Their bodies are riddled with plague, and so used are they to pain that they barely feel it any longer. Combined with their religious fervour, this resistance to pain makes the Plague Monks incredibly capable combatants, especially en masse. Though the Greyseers are regarded as the ultimate authority on the doctrines of the Horned Rat, Clan Pestilens embraces the Lord of Decay aspect of the Skaven god. They recognise the Horned Rat's other attributes, but they focus on his ability to create, control and spread plagues, exploring all things involving the slow destruction and rotting of the world. A few of their number dabble in the magic granted by their master. While in theory such power is divinely granted, the fact that it employs the same dark magic used by the Greyseers, but is instead focused on matters of disease. Plague priests are the initiates of these arts, raking the first steps towards a darker understanding of their foul-horned god. The Plague Monks believe that the rest of their Skaven brothers have been misled by the Greyseers. They feel that the average Ratman has been blinded to what they profess to be the true face of the Horned Rat, namely, Pestilence itself. The clan's overriding goal is to bring the rest of the Under-Empire into the fold, while avoiding declarations of heresy from the Greyseers. Appeasing the Greyseers for the time being is the only way to succeed. In time, once their victories have been secured and the rest of Skaven clans have been won over, the Greyseers too will follow their example or die. Like the Greyseers, the Plague Monks, priests and beacons of Clan Pestilens believe the time of the Great Ascendancy is fast approaching. Pestilens' peculiar twist on this mythology is that the Horned Rat will only allow such a victory if the majority of the Under-Empire has been converted to their form of worship. How else can one explain the failures brought time and time again by the bumbling campaigns of the Lords of Decay? In the long run, Clan Pestilens intends to decimate the populations of the old world with a mixture of plague, pox and brute force. Given their own unnatural resistance to diseases, the Plague Deacons feel that the entire Skaven race has accepted the truth and become one with the illnesses they create. Total world conquest is only a short distance away. The plagues of Clan Pestilens can kill insidiously, regardless of an enemy's arms or armour. They are quiet weapons that do not risk the lives of the near-immune Plague Monks that spread them. The enemy even spreads the diseases for the Skaven, and provides breeding grounds for the plagues in the form of poor sanitation and hygiene in the majority of the Old World cities. As an added bonus, diseases do not destroy structures, equipment, or other spoils of war. Once the plagues have been spread and allowed to do their work, the madness and resilience of the clan's plague monks make the fighting forces of Pestilens powerful foes on any battlefield. Formations of frothing plague monks are led into battle by a line of censer bearers, Skaven chosen to wield sacred plague censers against their foes. The Pestilens believe that their enemies will either fall to the plague or will fall to despair when their kin succumb. Even if they survive the physical and mental anguish that the plague brings, they will be easy prey before the vermin hordes. One of Pestilens' methods of spreading disease involves specially bred rats. These plague rats are infected with any one of the number of diseases and are then released into sewers and alleyways of an old world city. Rats are a common sight in any city, and the plague rats of Clan Pestilens seem no different from alley rats to the casual observer. They creep on quiet feet into homes and larders of the old world, leaving behind disease droppings and half-eaten foodstuffs. Another tactic Pestilens uses to spread diseases involves the use of prisoners. These unfortunate wretches are infected with a plague that is so slow to manifest. Once infected, the Skaven release them. When they make their way back to their people, they become the unwitting killers of thousands of their own kind. By the time the symptoms are evident, it is far too late. Pestilens serves the Lords of Decay by destroying their enemies with fresh-brewed plagues, the likes of which the old world has never seen. The Council is all too happy to accept Pestilens' aid in battle, as disease is a powerful weapon in anyone's arsenal. Not only are they the Plague Lords capable of creating new ailments, they are also quite able to effortlessly cure a number of diseases. While the general consensus of Clan Pestilens members is that curing any sickness or disease is akin to blasphemy, they know that now it is not the best time to make such revelations known to their masters the Council. The Lords of Decay can easily recognise the value of Pestilens' contributions to their war efforts, and they continue to enlist their aid as the end times approach ever closer. Clan Pestilens' pox-ridden brethren are recognisable for their filth-encrusted robes, and, of course, their unmistakable rancid odour. The scrolls, staves and tomes of plague monks are covered in Pestilens runes, and their foul banners and totems often depict Skaven skulls or diseased heads ripe with weeping buboes and oozing sores. Though they are hugely powerful now, members of Clan Pestilens were once outcasts. The return and meteoric rise of Clan Pestilens plunged the Skaven into a great civil war, from which the clan emerged as a preeminent power in Skaven Blight, seizing several seats on the Council of 13. The monastery of Clan Pestilens, built within this undercity, is now the largest of the clan's unwholesome dwellings outside their Southland strongholds. The foul stench that accompanies the armies of Clan Pestilens permeates everything for leagues around, poisoning water, plants and animals. The warriors who have to face these blighted Skaven armies know that even in victory they will still have to die, victims of the contagion spread by the evil plague monks. Their warriors are recognisable not just by their distinctive chanting, but by the horrible poxes they bear, for it is Clan Pestilens' doctrine that to spread disease one must bear the contagion within. Rather than sicken and die themselves, however, these infectious rat men instead grow tougher, their hides thickened by the endless weeping sores and buboes. In battle, the zealous plague monks charge recklessly into the fray, eager to unleash their rabid hate. Clan Pestilens does not sell the fighting services of their brethren for mere profit. However, they do lend their warriors to any cause likely to aid their own. They often negotiate hard-driven alliances or promises of future support from the warlord clans who are desperate for their backing. For major battles, Clan Pestilens has ever been known to deploy some of its own specially created diseases, spreading such vileness upon the old world as the Black Plague, the Red Pox, and the Oozing Eye of Death. Ceaseless faith and the arsenal of diseases has not only helped Clan Pestilens survive, but has seen their influence grow. In recent centuries, Clan Pestilens has spread from their mysterious Southland strongholds to as far as the Undervolts and even the Grey Mountains. During the Civil Wars, many sided with Clan Pestilens, but it was always unsure which were true thralls and which were merely fair-weather allies. Many warlord clans continue to claim allegiance to Clan Pestilens, most notably Clan Skin, Septic, Mordibus and Gratz.